Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever time it is. Welcome to the Secrets of a Ghostwriter. Today, let's talk about dialogue, writing dialogue. Wow, this takes me back. I was pretty confident when I began writing that I could write, but I do recall when I spoke with the editor of the book Tango 190 about the late policeman David Rathband, that I was really unsure about one particular area. So in that book, large sections of it are involving a court trial. So there's lots of dialogue that is very sharp, and there's lots of dialogue that's quite funny because defendants, particularly guilty ones, have a habit of saying daft things and contradicting themselves and slipping up. Essentially, the truth is easier to stick to and lies catch up with you. Some of the dialogue wrote itself. I mean, I really didn't have to work hard, but I remember saying to Sam Carter, my editor, I've never written dialogue before. And it was the one thing that I was really unsure of. I believed in my ability to write the narrative, but I just didn't know how to get through an exchange where you might say, blah, 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 he said, blah, 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 he said, blah, 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 he said. And I can remember when I came to write the first piece of dialogue, like staring at it, going, well, people have done this before, there has to be a way. And as much of that dialogue did write itself because it was a truncated version of actual court transcription, my challenge was therefore to address those bits like he said. Now we have another tutorial on word duplication where people use the same word frequently and don't know that they're doing it. But I can tell you now, writing dialogue is really easy. It's so simple, but you've got to flip the switch and turn your brain to it. So if I said to you, you were writing a piece of conversation, and I'll give you the first one. So you've written the line, and then you've written he said. Okay, said, to say, the verb to say, is probably the go-to, isn't it? If you're writing dialogue, it's probably the first verb you're going to look for. But there are many. We are blessed. The English language, probably other languages too, provides us with many opportunities. So if we've written he said, the next one can be she told me. I answered, I responded, I replied. And then when we realize we've used, a few of the basic ones, we can get a bit flamboyant, particularly if we were dealing with court language, where we might say he double-crossed him, or a bit of an English phrase, he flat-batted it. You can really lose yourself and get carried away. It brings colour and narrative, and if it's appropriate that the part of the transcript lends itself to humour, then perhaps be that little bit more extravagant. But there are so many. You can write down 10 equivalents of the verb to say now, again, off the top of my head, to tell, to reply, to answer, to respond, to question, to query. All of those things can make up part of your dialogue. And of course, this is all to do with the rhythm of how a reader is reading it. But the other point with that is they don't just want to read a sentence he said, a sentence I was told, a sentence she answered. You break it up and you might put a line of narrative in the middle of it. But the most important thing to writing dialogue is the variation of the language, and the easiest way to get found out, of course, is to not do it. So now I've asked you to think about it. Hopefully that will expand your narratives in the future. So I hope that helps, and I'll see you next time when the secrets of a ghostwriter continues.